Hey, what's up, guys? And what's up, Sussex Squad? Y'all, we got to talk about such a cruel betrayal. And really, the way, honestly, Harry's capacity to love really outshines anything I've ever seen. You guys, if you guys don't know what's going on, people are making a whole big deal out of the fact of like, oh my God, Harry got his security cancel denied. To which I say, it was a whole illegal fixed system. Harry is appealing that mess, but a lot of stuff came out in the court documents. For one, go watch my video about Harry and Meghan being vindicated about what happened in that high-speed chase when they almost Princess Diana them in New York. And I remember Kate, William, Camilla, and Charles all laughing and mocking Harry and making it seem like, well, if his mental health can't handle it, maybe he needs to stay home. Remember that, baby? I know God does. Go watch my video about that. I also made a video about the way Kate's people have officially made a statement, and baby, we have decoded it, and it is all rubbish, as they would say. But in this video, we're actually going to focus on Sussex Squad, the cruel betrayals that we found out through the court papers of what happened. For one, the way that they denied Harry's opportunity to let his children see their grandmother before she passed one last time. The way that Harry and Meghan were actually supposed to move to Canada. That's what Charles and them said, get out of here. We're going to move you to Canada, right? We're going to move you to Canada. And then when they moved to Canada, being a dutiful son, they stripped them of his security and left them sitting ducks, terrifying them. That's why they moved to LA. That's why they ran into the arms of Tyler Perry. That's why they had to pull every connection they could, because it really was a danger of life and death. We also are finding out that whole Sandringham meeting was nothing but a sham. They had already agreed. The Queen, William, and Charles had already agreed to get Harry and Meghan the heck out of there. And Charles signed off because William agreed to step up and do all of Harry's engagements. He walked in Sandringham on good faith that he could come to some agreement with his family, only to find out it was all a sham. They were playing him. They never had any intention of doing any of that mess. Y'all, that royal family is cruel. It is betrayed. It betrayed them. But you know what? I'm so glad Harry and Meghan got out, because that will does nothing but turn and crush people. And turn and crush people they did. Listen, they requested to bring Archie and Lily to to the UK when the Queen was dying. And they asked, and they were cruelly, cruelly, cruelly denied. Something's wrong with that family. And that's why I now think I can see, because Harry's capacity to love, because I would have never talked to my daddy after that. Honestly, it would have been just too much. I'm not saying I've never, because I love my dad, but to be around someone that doesn't give an F about me and denied my children and me, it would have taken a long time for that to heal. But I guess when you hear that allegedly, according to the Greek press, Charles has pancreatic cancer, maybe that changed his mind. But you guys, I'm so glad Harry and Meghan got out. And even if Harry does help his dad out in his last dying moments, right? Maybe if he does that, I'm so glad Meghan got away in the way she does not trust these people. They said it looks like Harry and Meghan wanted to bring the kids along on their last trip to the UK prior to the Queen's death. Harry and Meghan's lawyers felt that the security that was provided was inadequate. The Queen didn't see those kids because of her vindictive family and employees. This is Resilient on Twitter actually pointing this out. And then he posted a screenshot. They says the Home Office has been notified on August 3rd, 2022, that the claimant and his wife and children will be visiting the UK between the 2nd and 11th of September, 2022. They say the itinerary did not blah, blah, blah. On August 10th, 2022, Rayvac met to decide what protective security, if any, should be provided. A letter outlining Raybac's decision was sent to the private secretary of the Sovereign. Listen, on August 20th, 2022, Schillings wrote to say that the proposed security arrangements for September visit were not lawful, and that blank was plainly inadequate. It also stated that the August decision of Rayback was taken prior to the public event announcements made on the 15th of August 2022. So they were saying that basically, if we were just coming in private, maybe, but you made this public. So now you raise security and you need to give us something. They said that it would require Rayback to reconsider its decision. The response from the government legal representative department to Schillings, that's Harry and Meghan's lawyer, um, uh, uh, did not consider it necessary or appropriate to reconsider the August decision. The chair of Rayback had decided that on August 2022, that decision would remain inappropriate. You guys, they were literally bought them out to be honest to God, honest to God, sitting ducks. These people, I believe all the theories of what they did to Princess Diana. I believe if they could in a heartbeat, they would do that to Harry. It works out for them to have them gone. Do you remember what happened with Princess Diana? The way the queen wouldn't even say any words. Charles and Camilla were gloating. It wasn't until the nation turned against them that they gave her an actual state funeral. But at the end of the day, they thought, well, our problems are answered. He's gone. She's gone. She can't hurt us anymore. Yeah, baby, we can't hurt you anymore because you guys hurt yourself. They said the judgment in Prince Harry's case knows, but my whole point is I do think that they would get rid of Harry, Meghan, and especially those kids in a second if they could. They don't care. They don't care. They don't even care about Kate. What makes you think they care about Harry? The men behind the throne are in power. Charles has lost control. William is not even, I don't even know what's going on with him, but he never had control. Camilla, maybe, but Camilla works hand in hand with the men in gray. They say the judgment in Harry's case notes the original plan was to recloak Harry and Meghan to Canada. It was Charles cutting off security and funding that sent Harry and Meghan to America and into the arms of the Netflix, Spotify, and book deals. They said on 18th of February 2020, Sir Mark Sidwell wrote to Sir Edward Young in response to the email on February 6, 2020. They received this correspondence in February 2020. It refers to Sir Mark having met the claimant, that's Harry, on February 3rd, 2020, and having received his letter on February 2020. The letter said Sir Mark was reassured to understand that Sir Edward had begun to develop options for private provision for the relocation of Harry and Meghan to Canada. Therefore, through Rayback and in coordination with the Canadian authorities, the government will continue to monitor the security of the Sussex family and ensure their private security provider. This was agreed upon. This was agreed upon. You guys, this is looking darker and darker, as if they were trying to create another Princess Diana situation. Just hear me out. Princess Diana moved outside of London and she was planning to move to California with the blessings. She also was like visiting in Paris. I don't know how long she planned to stay there. But they moved her out of England, because they thought if she got away of England, the people would forget about her. Now, they made a miscalculation because unlike 1940, where the only thing that was around was Vogue and fashion magazines and Time magazine, social media was coming up. Entertainment, journalism was coming up. So they found themselves, and she found herself very popular. And although the media in the UK tried to completely block her out and do smear campaigns on her, let's not forget, just like they did with Harry, she was popping up in all these fashion magazines, all these things that the royals couldn't control. But they got her away from the UK, hoping people forget about her. And then once they got her away, they started pulling back security. They started pulling back her titles. They started pulling back everything that they could. And then bam, that fatal day happened. So let me get this straight. Harry and Meghan were willing to play ball. Harry and Meghan agreed. So remember when William tried to exile them to Africa, as if that was such a exile? What's wrong with moving to Africa? They already were showing their hands then. And Harry was fine to go because he has deep ties to Africa. But Meghan was like, well, hold on. We have a new baby. I want the baby to be close to my mom. I want them to be her to be close, the baby to be close to my family and friends, because that will be our support group and they will keep us sane. The Charles and William were like, no, you go to Canada. They were like, okay, we'll go to Canada then. It made sense. My mom can visit on airplanes from California. I have a huge community in Canada. We actually spent time in Canada. It makes more sense than moving to Africa for our family, given who we are. They agreed to that. They were ready to play ball. They said, fine, we will go. It's fine. It's fine. We will go. I'll step away from all this. We will go. And as soon as they went, because they wanted them out of the UK, as soon as they went, they cut off their security and leaked their location. Now, why would they do that? Because it was all part of a plan. I believe that they wanted something to happen to Harry and Meghan. How else can you listen? They have security cancels. They know the risk more than anyone. They know that Harry and Meghan's risk was even greater than the monarchs at one point. They know. They know that they were letting right-wing nationals, flames of anger, fan up. They saw what they were doing. So you move them out to Canada, where, by the way, blood can't be on the UK hands. See, if it happened while they were in Frogmore, somebody might say, oh my God, why didn't you protect them? You guys are so cruel. No, it happened. So let's move them to Canada. Same play they did with Princess Diana. Let's get her out of the UK. Let's pull back security quickly and suddenly, and let's leave them sitting ducks. And just to make sure that we stack the odds ever so in our favor, let's announce their location. See, here's the thing. They didn't know that Harry had met a very, very resourceful woman. And they didn't know that Harry loved that woman named Meghan so much he trusted her with their life. That's the one thing why they hate Meghan so much. She really is the wild card. Because of their prejudice, because of their classism, because of their racism, because of their elitism, they refuse to acknowledge Meghan Markle for what she was, the same way they refuse to acknowledge Princess Diana or any woman in that institution that's not a doormat for what she is, a formidable intellect, a formidable adversary, a formidable friend. It depends which way you want to go. They didn't know that Meghan had ties to not only very powerful people, but very powerful people that not only were very fond of her and Harry, but very powerful people that did not give a hoo-ha, what not, rat's booty patootie about the royal family. They didn't care about buying into the system. They didn't care about the patronages. They didn't care about the queen knighting them. They didn't give a damn about that Disneyland Mickey Mouse make-believe institution they have going on over in the UK. They did not give a DAMMMN. They didn't care. Their own hubris, their own ego, their own arrogance, that they are the beginning and the end. They are adorned by God, and how everybody would throw their firstborn to the wolves to have an audience with the queen, to curry favor with a dying relic, disgusting, elitist, pathetic vision of imperialism, colonialism, sitting there in their stupid make-believe lives and their stupid honors that are just given out. They never did anything to earn them. The only thing they did was be born into it with their weak chins and their receding hairlines. That's all they did. And their wrinkled, like curdled skin that they put up as a bastion of good breeding, of good genetics, with their sitting there with their crowns smugly, the blood still painted on the diamonds and emeralds and rubies that they adorned themselves, proudly displaying the actual manifestation of the murder, raping, and pillaging of our ancestors. Black, brown, doesn't matter, of our ancestors, sitting at the top of a pretend house of cards. They didn't count on the fact that Meghan was the answer to her ancestors' prayers. Her, and when I say her ancestors, is it Megan's daddy Irish? I know he's a piece of crap, but read up on those Irish people. Baby, they stand on business too, 10 toes down. And the ancestors, of course, of her Black ancestors. She is the answer to the ancestors. And baby, who they became such top heavy monsters that they are crumbling before us. But the fact that they did this mess, it is disgusting to me. A disgusting, disgusting. The law, let me know if you want me to do the live. We can talk about this too because I have the actual court filings. I find it disgusting, and I mean disgusting, that they also had Harry going into Sandringham trying to find a way to exist with people that, and as messed up as they are, he loved them and he hoped that they would pick the true blood that ties over the institution. But in the end, they didn't. Sandringham was a scam. They already had everything in order. They already knew. And William talking about he's never going to be, Harry's dead. William is just a hothead. But this was their plan all along. I hope Megan and those kids stay very, very far away from those people. They are evil. They are dangerous. But thank God they're dumb and incompetent. Thank the Lord on that. Baby, listen, let you guys go. Let me know if you want me to go live. Check out the other videos, but I will say something, Sussex Squad. Baby, thank goodness. Thank goodness their arrogance, their evilness, their goodness, their mediocrity for generations is now crumbling because the only thing it required was for everybody to bow down to their knees so that they can stand like giants. Because when you actually stand up like Megan did and look them in the eye, that's when you truly see, baby, the emperor has no clothes. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.